Cincinnati is famous for its famous people. Well, later this month, the Queen City's best will receive one of the city's highest honors. Here to talk about the next class of the greatest living Cincinnatians is Chamber President Jill Meyer, and she's on set with Business Courier Market Engagement Manager Kelly Snyder.
Thanks, Kyla. Jill, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I know we're here to talk about great living Cincinnatians, but as we've heard all week, Macy's is on everyone's mind.
Yes,
Can you give us your thoughts on the impact the announcement will have for Cincinnati?
Absolutely. We live in a changing world, and nothing is more evidence of that than Macy's making the changes it's making. I would say two things, though, Kelly. Macy's is still committed to Cincinnati. Those people aren't going away. They're going to a different location, and we know that more jobs will follow. So we're happy that Macy's continues a commitment to Cincinnati, and really the fact that its headquarters will now officially be in New York City. The Cincinnati shared headquarters was mostly symbolic over the last handful of years, which we appreciated and will take. But they're in that changing economy that the rest of really the world is driving, but business as it was 5 and 10 years ago is not business 5 and 10 years from now. And so Macy's is doing responsibly what they need to do to get their business into the future. And what's really exciting for Cincinnati, which is the second point I would say, is the changing economy. Cincinnati is right in the middle of it right now. We still have Procter & Gamble and Kroger. Again, not the companies they were 5 years ago, but making tremendous changes into their future. We have Amazon building the future of their company and distribution right here in the Queen City. And the startup scene we have, there's so much going on that's building tomorrow's economy that while we are sad to lose Macy's, we love Macy's and we'll cherish that partnership. We're looking at what is the business of tomorrow, and I got to tell you, we are so well positioned to grab hold of that it's positive energy on that front.
Great. Well, that's a good perspective, and I'm glad to hear it's not as scary as it all sounded earlier this week.
No, it's not.
So, like I said, we're here to talk about great living Cincinnatians, and one of my favorite events, your annual dinner, is coming up February 27th. So tell us a little bit more about the event and about the great living Cincinnatians this year.
I would be happy to, because like you, it has been my favorite event for as long as I've been in the business world. We take that night, it's usually the last Thursday of February, to celebrate 4 icons who have really dedicated not just their business and professional life, but their whole self to making Cincinnati and all that we are across the region its best self. And so the 4 who we get to honor this year are names that are familiar to a lot of people. Dr. Uma Kadagal at Children's Hospital is just a phenomenal pediatrician and researcher and is doing some incredible work in the community. Another doctor, Dr. Odell Owens, of course now the CEO of Interact, but has been in so many important roles for our community. Attorney Harry Santon, who not only built a phenomenal legal practice, but really has been instrumental in our arts build out and a number of other community pieces. And last and certainly not least, Don Nair, who was the CEO of Al Nair and just part of that incredible Nair contribution to who we are in this community physically as well as beyond that.
Great. So I know we have about a half a minute left. Real quick, tell us a little bit about what the Chamber's doing this year for Black History Month and how people can learn more.
Yeah, so second year we are celebrating the We Are Making Black History, celebrating 7 living, breathing professionals in our community who are really changing the future and making history as African American professionals right now in our community. They will be celebrated that night as well.
Great, great. Jill, thanks again so much for being here.